Are you aware how hard it is to cancel your Planet Fitness membership?
What's the deal? What happens?
It's easier to kill our maybe next president than it is to cancel your Planet Fitness membership. It is.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of Men at Work podcast. I am your host, Kyle Pagan. As always, I am joined by Matt Peoples. We are down here in Fishtown at a Planet Fitness. Now, listen, okay, we're late on the podcast. We apologize. Had some technical issues. We were outside the Dollar Tree. If you follow us on Instagram, you saw that. They called the cops on us and everything. It was a great episode. It was going to be a great episode. Unfortunately, we didn't record probably legitimately like the last 70 minutes of it.
Oh my God.
We ended up getting 18 minutes of content out of it, and we were there for probably almost 2 hours. So that's on us. We beefed. If you do follow the Patreon, Men at Work Pod, Patreon/Men at Work Pod, you saw that we put out a Patreon today. So that's how we kind of like held you guys over and everything. But we apologize. We apologize to the blue collar
Babies.
and the white collar. You want to finish that one?
Criminals.
And the middle class.
Mommies. Whoa.
That was good. We'll get better. We promise. So we're outside a Planet Fitness right now.
Yeah, dude, are we ever? We were, like Kyle said, we did do an episode outside of a Dollar Tree. No specific Dollar Tree. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We love our listeners. We love to keep you guys entertained. For real, one of the best episodes we ever recorded and did not get a single solitary second. But yes, no, we're sorry about that. The episode will be a little bit late. You'll be seeing it when you see it. But this one's going to be a banger too, dude. We've been talking about a Planet Fitness or a gym episode for quite a while. So,
did you know, are you aware how hard it is to cancel your Planet Fitness membership?
what's the deal? What happens?
You have to either come in person or do it by mail. And even when you come in person, they will give you guff.
Oh my God.
I was watching this TikTok as we were like preparing for this and stuff. Some girl had to go to the crazy amount of a story of her entire family got food poisoning from a sushi restaurant. Her dad lost his leg. Her sister jumped off a cliff, and they're moving to Singapore at 2 a.m. the next day. So she has to cancel her membership. And she claims that that's the amount of crazy storytelling she had to go through to cancel her Planet Fitness. It's on this TikTok. I watched it. It was insane.
Is she just reciting 1,000 Ways to Die by Train? She went down in a jet fire.
It's easier to kill our maybe next president than it is to cancel your Planet Fitness membership. It is.
Yeah, look, that may be true, but I'll tell you, that's why you got to come to New Jersey. Governor Phil Murphy has set, I swear to God, he has a statute near law that is stopping gyms from doing this.
That's awesome.
Isn't that unbelievable?
That's amazing.
It got that bad that they had to make an actual law.
I'm telling you. Yeah, the Planet Fitness, man, they don't mess around. They're insane. They're the Gestapo? Gestapo
Yeah.
there. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think there's any part of Trump that's sad that he survived? Yo.
Hello, Kyle. What are you doing?
Nothing. Sitting here watching the game, smoking some Thrive.
Are you all alone? Who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone.
What's up?
Yo, Cheeto, pick up the phone.
Yo. What's up?
What you doing, son?
Nothing. Just chilling. Killing.
True.
I think the only way he would be sad, and it's a phenomenal question. I think the only way he would be sad is because he's probably like, I would have been the best ghost.
Wow. And he just would have haunted Biden for like
in his mind, I think he's absolutely, and I mean, really effectively, he has dominated life.
Yeah.
He's a millionaire real estate mogul who became a billionaire real estate mogul who became the president of the biggest.
I don't know why I just stuck
thing.
up for Trump's net worth on that one. But I just did. I'm sorry. Billionaire.
You've seen the tax documents. But yeah, I mean, I think he would just look at it in a way where he's like, I've dominated life so hard. I bet you I'd be the best dead guy. I'd be the best dead guy.
But so this is where I was kind of thinking of it when I was thinking of today. I was like, that guy is such an egomaniac that like all he cares about is his legacy. He wants his legacy for, to live on past when he's died.
Sure.
He wants to be, considered one of the best presidents. He wants to be considered one of the best casino operators of all time. He wants to be considered one of the best real estate moguls of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if he goes out on Saturday, he is not only the number one president in legendary status of all time.
Sure.
He might be the most legendary diplomat of all time. Like, he's already been the president. What else does he have to do?
I agree. That's kind of what I'm saying. I think that's at the and of course we're saying thank God he's fine.
I don't think anyone's like thinking that we're like off with his head. But I'm just saying, like, he's already been the president. All he can do over the next 4 years is ruin his legacy.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking at kind of like a Batman, like you lived long enough to see yourself turn to the villain type of thing.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, he really already became the villain, and then he became now he's like kind of a hero, and then in the next 4 years he'll probably become the villain again. But it's also another thing. It's like he just got shot.
Okay,
he's 78 years old.
Yes,
and 48 hours later, the Democrats are memeing him in the Republican National Convention for falling asleep during it. It's like, what if your pop got shot in the face?
I mean, seriously. I mean, he's
like, but that's the thing. Like, where I go back to like this whole Kendrick Lamar, like he just opened up this like island of hate because it's just like the dude just got shot and people 48 hours are still making fun of him. And it's like this guy's never going to win. Like you got to deal with that bullshit. And when you're on a diet of like soda and cheeseburgers,
yes,
and you're 78 years old, how much fun is this really? It's not like he's setting up for the future. He doesn't give a fuck about MAGA and the party. So like I think like I wouldn't be shocked if like when he sits up at night and he's in his bed by himself, he's like, God damn it, 2 inches to the left. And I'm on fucking, and they're carving out granite on Mount Rushmore.
I get that, and I think I overall agree with you. I think you're just underestimating how much old people can hate shit to keep them alive.
True.
Like, think about like your grandfather or something. He's like, if my neighbor doesn't cut his lawn, I'm going to bring a gun to his house. Like, these guys,
they are fighting death every single day.
They have nothing else to do but to be upset about stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most invigorating thing you can feel in life is just being angry about stuff.
Okay.
So maybe that's what he runs off of.
Oh, 100%. He would Joe Pa in a second if he doesn't win. If he doesn't win this election, he's done. Joe Paterno stopped coaching Penn State, dead 2 days later.
True.
So yeah, we got a Joe Pa situation. We got a Joe Pa situation on both our hands, on each of them.
Yeah, it's not the best. We're fucked, but things are not in great shape. But I will say, if we want to go with the analogy of Trump being the Batman, that's probably the funniest thing I can think of.
That was a really good, insightful political conversation. I think people are actually going to be like, you know what? I can kind of see where they were going there. So shout out to us on that one.
Perhaps.
I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I've been thinking about this a lot.
Well, I'll make it dumb now because I keep thinking about Trump as the Batman and Joe Biden as the Joker, and it's not funny, but it makes me laugh in my head. So
there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever makes you laugh. Thanks for coming on.
Tired, man. Just got done work.
Well, you are, and what do you do for a living?
Union HVAC mechanic.
Oh, you're a union HVAC guy.
Yeah.
Shout the boys out.
My boys.
The number.
Oh, local 322.
Let's go.
Yeah, New Jersey actually.
Oh, New Jersey boy.
But I'm chilling in Philly though.
Sweet. How's the HVAC life treating you?
Good. You know.
You got to be busy.
Summer's pretty hot.
Yeah.
But we never work too hard in the union, so.
Nice. I like that. I like a union guy who's actually real with himself.
Yeah.
The 15 smoke breaks you guys get must be awesome.
I only smoke when I drink, so I don't normally smoke on the job. But
Probably.
I was going to say, you're definitely doing both on the job, dude.
Yeah.
It's hot out. Have a beer, will you? The high life's whispering.
You are not exploiting your best loophole.
yeah, I got to be good on camera.
Yeah.
You know?
Union life's good though.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we
Money's
get a lot of union guys, and a lot of union guys follow us. So we really are very pro union on this pod.
Absolutely.
We talk to some private contractors and stuff and everything. What's your favorite part about HVAC?
The bitches.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What have they been up to?
Well, I used to do refrigeration, so like in the restaurants, there was a lot of bitches.
A lot of servers and waitresses and hostesses and galore.
Yeah.
Nice.
We used to do the Hooters, and I'd be laying next to the refrigerator, and the grease is on my face.
Yeah.
As the bitches are walking by over top of me. That was fun.
Now, that's got to be tough when you're trying to impress a girl, right? The ladies are watching you manhandle that refrigerator.
Right.
As soon as that air, the cold air comes on and things shrivel up, does that kind of ruin the mood at all?
I don't normally get hard at work, to be honest.
Not even in the Hooters?
Unless I'm really hungover.
Sure.
Got it.
Then sometimes
really?
I'll get a random.
Would you mind walking us through that logic?
I don't know. It's something in the brain.
I thought alcohol thinned the blood.
No, it thickens it. Apparently
the
so.
next day, though, when it's almost out of the system.
Got it.
Something's going on up there.
Got it.
I don't know what it is.
So while you're laying pipe, you're trying to lay pipe.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Pipe fitter all the way.
I love it, dude. What other restaurants do you enjoy going to? I assume you're PJ Willahan's galore out there, probably a little Ruby Tuesdays and Applebee's. Are there any ones that like you step in and the kitchen's just absolutely gross that you're like, buddy, don't ever?
Yeah.
Which ones are usually?
TGI Fridays.
Really?
Yeah, one of the worst.
Dude, they have great potato skins though.
Yeah, their Jack Daniel's steak sauce is
It is
fire,
so
too.
good, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
Ever since we were kids, probably.
Yeah. But the TGI Fridays, you like, is it just multiple ones or have you been to just one?
Average, if I was to average,
Mhm.
you know, like overall TGI, the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
What have you seen?
I've seen steaks so old and moldy in the bottom of the reach-in that it looked like shriveled up like a vagina or something.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It
So you
was-
work at these TGI Fridays and then you go drink there and hang out after, or what's the deal with it? I'm assuming they see you and your crew walking and they're like, "Good God, I wish it was Thursday."
Dude, by the way, this guy's got sick fucking teeth. The union does pay.
You do
good.
have gorgeous
This is
teeth.
Great health benefits.
You
for
have
the union.
truly gorgeous teeth.
They're not as white as I wish they would be right now.
Are you
but,
serious? Dude, they look great.
Yeah,
Thank
really.
you.
Would you mind
That's a
smiling
nice
at that
compliment.
camera right there?
Yeah. How's it going?
Holy shit! What your health bennies are awesome at the union.
Yeah, man. Much better than those scabs. You know, they don't get much.
Are those real or are those what do they call it? Not dentures, but
Veneers?
Veneers. Are those veneers?
Yeah. No, they're real.
They're real.
Real, I swear to God.
Good Lord above.
Dude,
Braces, man.
I don't mean to keep hitting on you and everything, but you might have the literal best teeth we've ever seen in union person history.
That's really kind.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You guys have nice hair, and I hope when I go gray.
All right, we're
that
gonna
my
blow
hair
each
looks
other, dude. What's happening here, dude?
Handsome like yours is.
Would that be the first blowjob he's gone behind a refrigerator?
Probably the 11th.
Yeah. And I'm in for it now.
What what's the, you know, I said the worst. What's the best restaurant kitchen you think you've ever been in? Who's constantly clean?
I mean, honestly, like the Panera breads are usually pretty good. The Chick-fil-A's pretty good.
Yeah.
PJ Willahan's are nice.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
PJ Willahan's are nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That surprises me.
They got some of the best chicks though.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that I really like to.
Well,
go
that's
to.
because
PJs?
like
Oh, yeah.
Hooters isn't like the big thing anymore. Like when we grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, like Hooters was like the big restaurant if you really want to get a hard on and everything. Now I feel like then it was like the Tilted Kilt for a little bit. Do you remember Tilted Kilt?
Of course.
Yeah.
I saw one in King of Prussia before.
Yeah, there's, like,
I
none
never
left.
Went there though.
Yeah, I didn't really ever go either. And then it kind of just morphed into like, all right, we actually have to put some kind of
Yeah, I think the
apparel
Hooters,
on our waitresses.
I agree. I think the Hooters have certainly fallen off. I think it's kind of embarrassing to have huge boobs at this point.
No. That is
In this economy, I think it's
Buddy,
pretty ridiculous to have
Sydney
huge knocks.
Sweeney is the hottest thing going right now.
I got a lot of opinions on Sid Dog. I can't really.
You think
quite
it's
share.
more? You think we're in a boob era, or do you think we're in an ass era?
I think I see more fake boobs these days, and I don't like fake boobs.
Okay.
I'm not no disrespect to women, you know.
Don't let that cloud your judgment.
Whatever makes them feel happy
Yeah.
about themselves, but I would prefer if they were all natural.
Well, I just say this because, like, as a boob guy growing up, I was always criticized for not being an ass guy.
Right.
So I feel like now boobs are becoming big because I can't go, on Twitter without every fourth post being a Sydney Sweeney, meme.
You're a career boob guy. You
I was
never.
always been a boob guy.
That is.
See, once again, you see what is my bullies coming up again in my later life,
I agree though.
trying to criticize me.
Ass is always the way.
Why can't I just like what I like?
You can.
You can.
You like Jack Daniel's sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, liking Jack Daniel's sauce doesn't make you gay. Liking boobs is.
Liking boobs. All right, let's explore this. How does liking boobs make me gay?
You know what boobs are kind of like?
What?
Man tits. A lot of people are saying this. Boobs are the new man tits.
No, they're
From what
not.
I'm hearing,
I've never heard that before.
They're shaped in a totally.
You gotta read the news, dude.
They're orbed.
Don't you dare say orbed in front of me, dude.
Yeah.
It's 5 p.m. I can't hear orbed quite yet.
Anyway, let's get back to the union.
Of course.
I'll tell you what though. I'm about to go into the Planet Fitness here,
Are you?
and
What day is it today? Leg? Arm?
Boob butt.
it's I always run because I drink so much beer that I just have to try and keep the belly
Got it.
down. So it's always like a calorie fight.
Ooh, I'm always curious about dudes who can throw down beers. If you tell people, man, I really got after it last night and it was just beers, and it's like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what is the number? What's like a actual number that's a reasonable thing to say, like, hey, I got after it last night?
Oh, on a weekday before work, man, like after it for me would be like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Union guy?
Yeah, for like waking up early in the morning. Yeah, that's after.
What time are you waking up?
I got to be at work at like 7.
That's insane.
God damn,
Yeah.
you're an absolute Terminator. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
so 15 hertz.
I've been there, yeah. Because you get a 12 pack, and then you have
12 is
3
okay.
sitting in there, and you go.
yeah. Yeah.
It's usually how it goes. Unfortunately, you have like 12 Bud Lights, and there's like 3 miscellaneous, and you're like, I fucking hate my mom so much. I'll have a couple of these.
Yep. Oh,
How long you been union?
About almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
Yep. Best thing ever.
Really?
Yeah, in the trades, it's union or nothing. I mean, you're either union or you own your own business.
Okay.
There's no room for scabs.
Yeah, you've mentioned scabs a couple times. You really don't like scabs.
Yeah, I don't, because I wish that they would have a better life for themselves, and for that, you're a scab. You should
What's
have a better
there?
life.
What's for people who don't know? Like, what is a scab?
Pretty much rip them off, throw them in the trash. You know, they're better off being a nobody.
Got it. And these are the people that like people will hire a lot of times illegally or outside of the union to build buildings like houses and stuff.
Sure, do shitty work.
Got
Don't follow safe working conditions, safety practices, and just take the work from the union men.
But I can count on you to do it all by the book.
Oh yeah,
That was just a question.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
I like that. Why? Because you read a certain book that these guys didn't.
Just because I'm union, you just got to take my word for it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
It's pretty reasonable.
That is
Yeah.
reasonable. You kind of hit me with, I'm kind of flustered now.
That's right. You're right.
Got it. You got anything else, Maddie?
No, I think that was pretty everything I needed to know. We'll talk more about the boob and butt situation later, but
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
This was a pleasure.
This
Really.
was thank you
This
for
was
coming
really
on.
fun.
How many miles we going in there?
Probably like a mile and a half. I just
Oh, so you're in and out.
not
You were
much.
here for
But
13
I
minutes?
can do a mile and a half, and then I'll do some arms.
A tenth of a mile for every beer drank.
You're making me feel bad.
No, don't you dare, dude.
technically, if you did a mile and a
Yeah.
half, you can drink 15 beers.
yeah, maybe I'll do 2 miles today
I like that. I like
for that 15th. Or
I like that.
I mean, we'll probably be here when you leave. So if you want to
Honestly.
stop and give a post-game report, by all means.
oh man, I don't know. I might be a little nervous. I'm still a little nervous right now.
You were great.
guys-
That was a lot of fun.
I can tell you're a little nervous.
Yeah, I'm a little
Yeah.
nervous.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny when you're in the car. It's like, oh yeah, I'd love to be on this pod. Then you get under the bright lights and the camera, and
You know what,
and the
man?
sun.
I'm always up for anything,
I like it.
but I'm still gonna be nervous doing it probably.
Nah, this was
But
great.
This was fun. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
brother.
you, man.
You
Dude,
guys.
Go have fun.
a lot of
Yeah.
fun, man.
Cool. You hear us?
Yeah.
Sick, isn't it?
This too. Okay.
Yeah. It's
I
an
don't have a
operation.
lot of slack. I gotta really get.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get comfortable together in this 90-degree day.
Yeah,
Which
lovely.
actually is kind of like a cold front because it's
I
only
know.
89 today.
It's like the nicest it's been in a week.
Truly, yeah.
You like
Sad.
walk outside and you're like walking through air. Like if air could be any denser, it's insane.
Could like swim.
Yeah.
I will say it's been brutal at my job. I take a lot of work naps, and my air conditioning doesn't work. So I've been sleeping in a 102-degree car for an hour every lunch break.
So that's what we do for a living. What do
so
you do for a
otherwise,
living?
yeah.
Well, I feel like you just can't leave it at that.
Work naps. I didn't even
No, no,
realize
no.
this. What if I told you
What
work
do
for
you
the?
do?
What if I told you you work for the government? Would you be shocked that he takes work naps?
No.
It's like the union. They get 15 breaks.
Okay, and they have feelings too, so I hear you. But whatever you can do. Of course.
Work naps.
Yes, absolutely. Who are we here with? What's your name?
I'm Alex.
Alex.
Oh, you're just gonna go around the work naps.
yeah.
That's
no,
fine, Alex.
Get
Alex,
right into
well,
that.
we can talk about
We
that
should
later.
talk work
Yeah.
naps.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get
Okay.
there. Yeah, of course.
Alex, how are you? I'm Kyle. This is Matt. And what do you
Sweet.
do for a living?
I don't take naps. I am a physician assistant. I work in a Neuro ICU at University of Pennsylvania Hospital.
Can't take naps because people
Okay.
start dying.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
the work nap was just a joke. That's just to keep the conversation flowing. You didn't hear that from me.
So did I hear you work with babies?
No, neuro.
Neuro.
So brain.
Okay,
I don't do kids.
got it. So just older people.
Yeah.
More dementia or more like brain surgery or
So specifically, I do a lot of brain bleeds. I do brain tumors and strokes.
Can I ask you a question? There's one thing that freaks me the fuck
Oh,
out,
boy.
and it's that one that like you can die
Like an aneurysm
the-
at
an
a time.
aneurysm.
Yeah,
You
that's
can just
like
die anytime.
my bread and butter.
That's sick.
Really?
That's sickening.
Yeah.
Like I could be sleeping, having the greatest dream in the world,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden dead.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend and fiance has to wake up and find me.
Yeah, I see
Can
that
we
all the
fix that?
time. Well, you can get screening, and you can also do things to prevent that. Like people that get them most frequently are smokers, people who have like polycystic kidney disease. If you have like family members that have had aneurysms,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
What about guys who drink an insane amount of energy drinks?
Oof. Oh no.
Is that bad?
Yeah. So we've had like a huge...
Real quick, just if I can interject, because that same guy, what if he rests up in a CRV that's 104 degrees at
Wait,
12
how
p.m.?
are you taking so much energy drinks and also napping? How does that go together?
Because I'm going to go to bed
like
tonight
this.
at 3 a.m. That's
I like
really,
this.
it's kind of a snake eating itself, and the snake is totally stuffed. He's full.
It's all in his brain that he actually
Gotcha.
needs this.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
is that it? Like that can be a leading factor, like the caffeine intake and those energy drinks, they do have some level of correlation, or is it not necessarily?
not to aneurysms, which we were talking about.
Yes.
But like it has a lot of cardiac, like heart effects, which
Okay.
we're seeing now. It's like still being studied because we really haven't taken this much like energy drinks, protein shakes, caffeine intake in the past. So like since COVID, we've been doing a lot more research because we're seeing heart problems in younger people.
Oh.
You know what? Half our listeners are going to be like, vax.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you deal with that on a lot? Do you still deal with the whole?
No, it's like old news now.
Okay.
Thank
It
God.
is pretty funny that there's guys out there, younger guys out there, who have like 19 Red Bulls, and they're like, "I think it's the vaccine." It's like, I'll bet you it's not, brother.
Now every time like a celebrity dies, they're like vaxxed.
Yeah, it's like,
No, it's so
no, he got
crazy.
hit by a bus. He's
Yeah,
not,
it's like,
not
well, was he
vaccinated.
vaxxed or
yeah.
not?
Yeah,
It
but,
is funny.
We don't know anything. We don't know any of the answers to any of
Of
that.
course,
so.
sure.
Oh, good. Well, I like that.
Yeah.
So how are our brains cognitively? Have you been studying through social apps like TikTok? Like, is
Oh.
brain rot like a real thing?
I mean, that's not something that I have any expertise
Oh.
in. Just what I have experienced is like, yeah, we're all like a lot dumber because we just do this all day
Okay.
long.
Attention
So
span,
you're
yeah.
more getting the patient after something happens.
Yeah, so I only work in the ICU. So I only see you like
Dude.
right away when you're critically ill, do all the things to save your life. And then once you get better, like the happy part of medicine, I'm like, okay, well, now you don't need the ICU anymore. You can leave.
Sure.
Can I
Okay.
ask you a personal question?
I guess so.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
here
yeah.
for.
Do you feel like you're a little fucked up, a little destigmatized
Oh,
from
for
stuff
sure.
you've seen?
I work in healthcare, so immediately that's a red flag. Like everybody in healthcare is super fucked up.
Does
Okay.
it affect anything like relationships or
I'm
friendships
single.
or
30. So yeah, I'd say so.
keep going, sister?
Thank you.
Someone's out there.
Yeah.
How's the dating pool in? Because I mean, there's a lot of nurses around here. A lot of we're a huge healthcare.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. We're a huge healthcare capital here in Philadelphia. How's the dating scene?
Well, I just moved here actually because I moved from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, so 2 hours
Okay,
north.
yeah.
Thought the dating scene there was rough.
Well, yeah.
Came here, it's still rough.
So you guys are like the main kind of shot caller on the floor, I assume, when you're working, or is there a lot of interfacing with the doctor as well?
It kind of depends where you're at. Where I'm at right now, I have a lot of autonomy, but I work really well with the doctors. If I need anything, they're right there for me, but they're kind of like, get me if you need me, and then I'll kind of like let you do your thing.
Okay.
Can we go back to the dating pool for a second? We were rudely
Of course.
interrupted by these cars.
Yeah.
sorry
So
about that.
obviously the dating pool, unless I guess you're like working in the coal mines in Bethlehem, like there's not really anything else, right? You guys have like roads and
I do
Wawas
have
and
those.
sheets
yeah.
up there.
Not a lot, maybe like one per.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's just tough because everybody's like, nobody wants to put the work in now.
Oh.
Like you'll just swipe and find someone better if you don't like one thing about
it.
one person.
Yeah.
It's true. It's fair.
That's
There's got
what
to
I've
be a
noticed.
surge though in Bethlehem during Christmas time. There's not a lot of love in the air. It's a beautiful place
You'd
during
think.
Christmas time.
We were
That's
just
true.
on a Hallmark movie, you'd think, but
I mean,
Wow.
I,
would-
didn't find it. But
How's the dating pool here?
I'm not great.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you try to stay away from people that work in the same industry as you?
I will not. I always say like, don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
So I'm not dating anybody at work.
No, I feel that. You that? What, you've never heard
It's
that?
just- No, of course. Yeah, I thought that
Am
was
I allowed
medical
to swear
advice.
on here? I don't even know. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's a
I don't
doctor's
know
opinion, dude.
I don't know why that reaction just came out of his mouth. He hasn't just.
I'm an idiot. I
Said
heard a
someone
doctor
was-
say something
yeah.
silly and it made me giggle. I'm sorry. I'm
true.
14 years old. dude.
Yeah, imagine when the doctor has to cup his hands on his balls and ask him to cough twice.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna not imagine that because anyway.
Yeah, we
of
went
course.
on a weird journey there.
Welcome to the podcast. You're talking to two guys who are sitting outside of Planet Fitness right now
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in 90-degree heat.
You couldn't have asked me on my way into the workout when I looked better. You were like on the way
No,
out.
we must have just missed
sweaty.
you.
We
Yeah.
like authenticism in this,
Yeah.
on this podcast.
Fantastic.
Your authentic self.
Love
Yeah.
that.
We keep getting off the dating conversation. So I know you're trying to get off it like he's trying to get off the naps at work. So nobody in the industry.
No.
Have you had success with any industry in Philadelphia?
All right. Well, I actually have a wild story. If
Let's
you guys
go,
ready
baby.
for it.
Please, absolutely.
Okay. So I've had a really rough time dating, and I went on a family vacation last month to Alaska.
Okay.
And my dad was like, "Hey, I ran into your ex-boyfriend from high school's dad. He said my ex-boyfriend lives in Alaska. Hit him up. Let's see if we can get dinner." Grabbed dinner. It went super well. He ended up crashing the family vacation. Went on like 4-day, like whole day trips with us. Then when I was leaving, he was like, hey, you're the one that got away. Like, if you'd consider it, I'd love to take you out on a date in Philly. So last weekend, he came to Philly, took me on a date, and then bought me tickets to go back to Alaska next week. So I'm going to Alaska.
Holy
Wow.
shit, that wasn't crazy. That's a love story.
Yeah, that's a Hallmark.
You are from Bethlehem.
I know, yeah.
You're shitting so far away from where you eat. Dude,
So
Alaska,
far.
that's
Dude,
crazy.
So far.
Dude, you're gonna marry an Inuit.
Yeah.
Holy
So,
shit.
Alaskan wedding. You guys can come.
Sweet.
We would love to be
We'd love to
there,
do it when it's like 24 hours of light.
Yeah, which is right now.
Yeah.
So it's gorgeous there.
Sweet.
July is
Oh
like
my
the
God.
best month to go to Alaska.
She had to go
Okay.
all the way across the country to find love.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
crazy.
how shit the dating pool
Yeah,
is here.
dude. You'd like go like you'd like not, like knocking on the doorstep of Russia to go find love. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Pretty much.
That is, I mean, you're in a city where there's 2 million people, and you're like, I got to go to a state where there's 36 people to find who I
Correct.
really need to be with.
Yeah, it's
Holy
real rough
That's the
up
right
there.
move. Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
Do you ever
Congratulations.
worry and consider that you might have to like live in Alaska?
No, I said that right away. I was like, dude, man, I worked so hard to get where I am in my career. I'm like really thriving at the top of all my dreams.
Shit.
Like, you're coming here if we're making it serious.
Oh, I
And
like
he said, okay.
All right,
Sweet.
nice. All right, an agreeable guy. I don't even. Do they have? I imagine they have hospitals in Alaska.
They do,
Okay,
yeah.
of course.
But it's like really outdated stuff. And if
Yeah.
anything's too serious, they immediately fly you to Seattle.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
Don't get a
dude.
brain bleed in Anchorage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no aneurysms.
Yeah.
Dude.
Damn.
Can you believe that? Well, that's kind of that's a bit of a Hallmark movie in itself.
I know, yeah.
I'm trying to think of the title of the movie as we have a conversation. You guys want to?
What are the most brain injuries you see from like scooters, bikes, like what accidents?
I still think it's car accidents.
Okay.
I still think that's the top.
Is there any that shock you that people come in for more than once?
ATVs here in Philly. That shit's crazy.
Oh, like yeah.
Oh, they get
Yeah.
hit all the time. We have a lot of scooter accidents, like the electric
Scooters are nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know in like Austin, Texas, like a lot of like the dentists, like they make their bucks off of
that makes
people
sense.
flying over handlebars.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
By the way, the Hallmark movie is called "I'll Ask You to Marry Me."
Let's do that again because that was really good off the tongue. But you ready? Like ha ha ha. Okay, go.
We're having fun. Now, the Hallmark movie we were talking about, it's going to be "I'll Ask You to Marry." Jesus Christ, dude! Quit frigging
It's
me
getting
up.
worse.
Somebody didn't take a lot of naps today.
No, not enough. dude.
Someone's brain's not working.
No, but very seriously,
Can you
the
check to
whole-
see if he has a brain bleed?
Yeah, I was
I think it's happening right now. The monsters are catching up. No, the Hallmark movie, dude. It's "I'll Ask You to Marry Me."
Oh, clever. Wow. That was quick. I'm
Yeah.
actually pretty impressed.
We're keeping all three of those.
After
in.
he had a stroke,
Yeah.
real good stuff.
Well, the
Quality
follow up was
content.
the follow up was that it borders Russia, so I thought it was Russian to love you, but it's we'll go with "I'll Ask You to Marry Me."
Both
you know?
good.
Dude.
Yep. Well, hey man, I got useful skills like
Yeah.
thinking of Hallmark movies
You
in
can
parking
make the
lots.
hashtag for our wedding.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Anything else we should know, or people should know that they'd be interested in about your life, your job? Not your life.
No.
We already got the most interesting thing that happened in your
I'm
life.
so boring. I
Okay.
don't know. And I don't know what I'm doing, so I feel like I am not justified to give advice to anybody.
don't say that.
Best
Don't say
kind.
that. Don't say that.
I
You
had
know
to-
what you're doing at work.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
for sure.
all right,
Yeah,
go,
I
go,
can
go.
save your life. Can I
Yes.
give you any other advice? Why not?
That's pretty good. It's good enough. Fair
Dude,
trade.
actually, honestly, I think that trumps a lot of things. Saving my life over giving me fucking advice that I'm going to forget about in 2
Yeah.
minutes.
Fair.
Yeah.
Also, just like learn for yourself. We all have different
Cool.
experiences.
I like that.
Mm.
I like that. Okay.
Very nice. Oh my
All
god.
right. So next time my fiance yells at me for watching Joe Rogan, I'm learning for myself.
Yeah, I think that kind of
Yeah.
counts. Yeah.
I was,
yeah,
I was
that's
watching Alex Jones the other day. I was like, well, I'm learning for myself.
Yeah, of course. And the Hallmark movie, "I'll Ask You to Marry Me." All right, there he is.
All
Eighth
right.
try. Thank you so much for coming on. That was a lot of fun.
Wild.
Yeah,
Hey,
well-
what a day.
Yeah. We're a podcast called Men at Work. We ask people what they do for a living.
Oh, really?
You're drinking a C4.
I am
You going in or is this a post-workout C4?
going in.
Nice.
Now let me ask you this: are you the Red Power Ranger dressed off duty right now? This is pretty sick, dude. I like the fit.
I know.
Yeah.
Pick up the mic. Didn't mean to demand you like that, but
No,
I.
you're good,
yeah.
you're good.
Thanks for coming on.
So
Yeah,
what's your
thanks,
first name?
My name is Chance.
Chance.
Yes, sir.
Little rapper? You get
No.
that fucking all the time?
Yeah, yeah. all the
That's
time.
right. So
Yeah.
my name's Kyle, so I get the
Kyle.
South Park Cal all the time. So, I just wanted to give it back to someone for once. What do you do for a living?
I work at a casino.
Nice. What do you do there?
I'm a dealer.
Oh, I was gonna say pit balls with those.
I was.
with those arms.
Before,
Oh, really?
yeah, I moved here from Kansas. and
Sweet.
I was a pit boss there when I moved here, and I couldn't do it. Make more money as a dealer.
Got
sadly.
it.
What
Why
was
do
the
you-
issue with
yeah.
being a pit boss? Like, were there a
None.
lot of just run-ins, or
Well, I got in a car wreck, so I could have worked a 4 a.m. shift and been a pit boss, but me and my girlfriend share a car since I don't have mine anymore, so she goes to work in the morning.
Me too. Share a car with my girlfriend too.
totally fine?
Yeah.
So you save money, that's for sure.
It really is awesome. So where do you work? If you don't mind me asking, do you work at River, Sugar House? Where you at
I
around
work
here?
at Parks.
Parks.
Yeah.
Got it. Awesome. I like that casino. Horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have horse
Yeah,
races.
It's good.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's nice in there too.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about being a dealer? Are you good at catching people counting cards?
Oh yeah, it's pretty obvious when people do it.
Yeah.
For the most part, because they just have irregular bets and they will just bet a lot and then go straight back to the minimum or whatever.
Sorry,
okay.
you're our second casino dealer we talked to, but I think he worked at not at Park. He worked
Not
at
Park, somewhere.
Harris. He worked at
Harris, that's right. Yeah.
And I think as people who like aren't really gamblers, we all think like counting cards is the most insane thing, and then you're like the second person to be like, it's not that crazy.
It's not. It's really not.
It's like a couple math problems,
Yeah.
and
You just have to add like 1 and then subtract 1 or add nothing. Just like a face card's, you add 1,
Yeah.
like a high, or a 7 to king, I guess. And then there's a space where it's 0, and like 2 to 5
Got
to
it.
subtract. I mean, you just want a high number.
Got it.
So we did get comments though about the last guy that we had on that was a dealer that were kind of, he came and kind of said similar things to you, that it's pretty easy to spot. And a lot of the comments were like, they think it's easy to spot, but they don't really know what they're doing.
It
Do
is
you get
easy
a
to
lot of,
spot.
you think so? Just
Yeah.
overall, it just cannot
Well,
be
as a pit
contested.
boss too, I've noticed it. You know, I've had to tell other people, and then they watch them, and then it's obvious, and then people will get like, you can't play anymore. Either you can't play anymore, or it's a certain bet that you can make.
People still breaking hands when they catch card counters?
That'd be cool though.
I feel like Kansas they would. I feel like Philadelphia they would.
Yeah. No, they just ban them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
can play anything but blackjack, or just have a standard bet where they can't move.
Is there a difference between like Kansas casinos and Pennsylvania casinos that you've noticed?
No, not really. Just same. This is the same thing everywhere you go. It's a casino.
Clientele maybe a little different.
Yeah, people up here are ruder.
We just tell it to you like it is.
Yeah.
We just more
Yeah.
stern. You know, it's
Yeah.
not. You know, it's not like yes sir, no sir. It's kind of
Right.
like
I mean, in a casino anyway, people are still not very happy with you when you take their money.
Sure.
So no matter what,
Mhm.
you're not going to please them. You can give them thousands of dollars. They're still just going to be mad when they lose it all because
Sure.
they can't go home.
So you're saying that people in the Northeast are much ruder than the people from where you're from.
Yeah, I feel like back in Kansas, it's just people are more slow paced, calm, you know?
Is that a good thing though? Did it bother
I think
you?
so.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, it's not, everybody's just not in a hurry. Like up here, you know, people are driving like crazy and shit. Always in.
that's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you walk into a.
It's like they're just more on edge.
go.
I
Yeah,
guess.
we are on edge. Yeah. I mean, a Prozac prescription would be awesome for the city.
Calm you down.
Just one
Just
giant,
everybody gets it.
just like a large plane that just drops a giant nuke of Prozac over
Yeah.
the city of Philadelphia would
calm 'em
actually
down
not
a little
be,
bit.
would actually not be the worst because I'm on edge right now, just like interviewing you, and I try not to be, but I'm on edge.
No.
It's just natural.
It's
You know?
all right,
It's a
dude.
rat race.
Do you guys
Xanax has
do?
not found its way down there.
Do you guys do a lot of interviews?
Yeah, this is about our 16th episode.
Okay. Do
Why?
you usually
Can
do
you
it
not tell?
out in front of Planet Fitness?
So every time we do an interview, we try to find the worst fucking part of the street to interview guys and bother them before the gym.
Yeah.
That's the kind of our goal.
You
Yeah.
win.
Huh?
You win.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You know, I pulled up. I mean, you're right here. Everybody pulls up going to the gym right here. So I mean, honestly, it's a good spot to.
It's a good spot,
get
but we're
traffic.
honestly shocked. Like no one hasn't made like the wrong turn, and like that guy was just
Smoked
texting on
us.
his phone, and he
Yeah.
could easily just killed our cameraman.
That's been early.
Yeah, I pulled in. I was like, "What the hell are these guys doing?" I'm just gonna go walk over here and see what's up.
I like that.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, you know, like, and don't take this the wrong way, like a hayseed like you from Wichita, Kansas. Like, I don't think you guys would like more shy away from this kind of platform, but you kind of came right up to us.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Me, I've been here since November.
Okay, so you're new too.
I've been kind of just outgoing my whole life. I'll walk up to anybody and talk to them.
Yeah,
So
Sure.
shouldn't be afraid to do that, right?
I
I
guess that's fair.
I
Yeah.
didn't think you guys were gonna murder me or anything. So
Not
it's
yet,
on
no.
camera. So
Yeah, we're working on it. We're gonna buddy you up for a little bit. I always- I
those aren't
guess-
even on.
I guess it makes sense that there's kind of a stereotype of Northeast that we're kind of a little aggressive, and
Yeah.
we kind of look at like a Southerner, like a Midwesterner. You guys are kind of just like these slow, not mentally. I'm sure you're
I
acuity.
go into an
little
airport,
slow.
I go into like Jackson Hartfield in Atlanta, and I can't stand you guys because it's just like you walk so goddamn
Yeah.
slow.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I drive really fast, so I fit in up here with that. So like people back there drive real slow.
Yeah.
They're real slow.
Oh, man, that would bother the hell out of me.
Yeah, what do you guys yell when you're like driving by? Like somebody's slow and you're like, you goddamn
Yeah,
Yankees or whatever?
We
What do
can't
you-
say that on camera.
Okay, well, I'm starting to piece this together a little bit.
Yeah.
People are a little bit faster
Yeah, I
up
like that.
north.
Yeah.
We
So,
talking about-
do you plan on staying in like the casino industry, or do you want to get out?
I'd rather not, honestly.
Yeah, why
I
not?
don't because I don't like gambling
It's a fair
at all.
reason to get out.
It's
Really?
it's a waste of money. Yeah, it's awful.
Well, it's got to be sad, really seeing it.
Yeah,
in
people
person.
ruin their
Yeah.
lives in there. I never
True.
thought a gambling addiction was a real thing until I worked in a casino. I'm like, this is a problem. People are here every single day. They don't ever go home. They don't see their families. I don't even know how these people make that money.
It's pension. A lot of it's pension.
I just don't get it.
A lot of it's scamming and a lot of it's pension.
It's bad, and I don't really want to be a part of it at all.
Do they seem happy though while they're
No.
there in the moment? No,
No,
they seem
they
like
don't.
distraught the
No.
whole
You've
time.
never been to a casino
No.
when the sun was up, have you?
No, I'm usually blacked out and like I go do like one thing of roulette and then I have to leave.
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people just
Hitting
Yeah,
the
especially on the
slots.
slot machines. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
with like hitting the slots with oxygen tanks next to them and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they
have
can't
seen
smoke in there anymore, so that's a good thing. People aren't
Really?
blowing themselves up. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, but I don't know. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do, but I know the casino's not it.
Throw some stuff out there. Maybe someone will see this who's a recruiter.
I don't know. I want to get on YouTube, honestly,
Got
but
it. Do it.
my platform, I feel like, wouldn't get a lot of views because I'm just super religious and I would just talk about, God and stuff.
What are you talking about? You come from like the Bible thumping capital of the
I know.
world. I mean, have you ever
Yeah.
seen the 700 level
Yeah, but
on those old and those like 3 in the
Yeah,
morning
but-
shows? That dude's worth like 700
The
million.
country
could be
we
you,
live in
dude.
now is just too far gone.
Nah, dude, your guy's going into office. He's going to be great. You guys are going to be Bible riding for the next fucking
true.
4 years,
It'll
dude.
be nice, but after that, what's going to happen?
Who
It
cares?
might be over.
You could have a huge platform of people that you just made into followers and stuff, and then they'll follow you wherever they. Dude, we've been following some. Sorry, don't take this the wrong way. Some figment of the imagination in the sky for 2,000, 5,000 millions of years now. So it's kind of like, what do you mean they won't follow?
Yeah, you're right. You just got to do
I
it,
don't mean to yell
honestly.
at you. Sorry,
No, you're good.
just passionate about
I know
this.
the hardest part is just taking action. Like
Yes.
people can sit around and talk about stuff all day long, but it won't amount to anything unless you just start.
Here's an idea: just sit outside the Planet Fitness and just start talking into a microphone and just getting all your followers
Yeah.
over here.
See, that's the hardest part because you got to find stuff to talk about. You got to know what to talk about. You can't just sit out there and just repeat the same things over and over again. Nobody's going to listen to you.
Well, if you had to sell somebody on the J-Man, what would be your go-to? Like if you had to give a quick pitch, like the elevator pitch about Jesus and the Lord above, how are you hitting like somebody our age? Because I imagine we're all around the same age.
He loves you. He wants the best for you. He created you, and he wants to see you live an amazing life.
You're gonna have to come with a little more conviction than that. I went to
okay.
Catholic school. I've heard that for 15 years. And
Well, then you should know then.
I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a Catholic anymore.
I'm
I don't
not
go to
Catholic
church.
either. Catholic, that doesn't make. I don't know. All you guys' rituals and stuff
Yeah.
you do, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Rituals, wow.
I
No,
don't
it's-
know.
We're like witches.
Yeah, I see them as maybe they're not called rituals, but I don't know. It's strange to me.
What are you? So are you like a Baptist or Christian?
Yeah, just a follower of Jesus Christ, brother.
Okay, that's a pretty. That's cool. That's like
that's all you need to be. You don't need to put religion into
so.
it.
Like you don't have like. Are you like? So obviously, growing up, we were both Catholic school kids, and we grew up like you're banished to hell if you don't go to church once a week.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're probably doing all right. I don't think that's.
And I feel like you live that you're just like a Christian, so you don't live with that kind of. I'm trying to think of it.
Overarching guilt.
Yeah,
Like
guilt.
there's
Yeah,
a-
we
yeah.
call
Right.
Catholic guilt.
Well, sin is guilt,
Yeah.
Once you get closer to God, you start to see that there's a lot of wrong things in the world that you shouldn't do. And changed a lot of things in my life because I just felt bad because I don't want to make God like upset with me. So you just got to find what makes you happy without doing anything wrong. So
So is there a gray area of like things that are wrong? Like do you drink at all? Do
No.
you nothing?
I
Okay.
don't drink. I don't do any drugs.
Caffeine's a drug.
It is a drug, and I have my Zyn
And a
right
Monica
here too.
Lazinski up here too, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I have my vices, but I try to do as best I can.
Yeah, like rip us in while
And
you're
you
sitting
work
in
at
church.
and you work at a casino again.
See,
I'm
that's
not
why
trying to
I
pile
know,
on your
that's
vices,
why
but
part of it, I don't want to be
Yeah.
part of it because it's not a good environment. And I wish my girlfriend would stop calling me. Honestly, I'm trying to have a conversation here.
yeah, dude. I mean, I understand. Like, and I don't know if you're in it for the money and stuff, but like
No, not really. I just want to spread God's word, and
Oh,
I want
dude.
people to be saved. Honestly,
shit, dude. Like, yeah, you might start a YouTube channel and you might get like 15 views for like the first couple of years and stuff, and then
Right.
you might have to like branch out to like, because let's call a spade a spade. All those rich pastors and stuff, they've got some entertainment factor to them.
Yeah.
They're
See, that's-
really
it's
good.
not supposed to be like that
There's a
anymore.
private
though.
jet. Yeah.
It's not. It's not about entertainment. It's supposed to be about God,
So as long as you do it for the love of the game, just start a YouTube channel and just start preaching.
for sure.
Yeah. And you, I mean, obviously, we can go around anywhere the fuck we want to. You can go out anywhere the fuck we want to. I'd rather listen to you than listen to the crazy person at the NFL draft who always holds like the big signs that are like,
Yeah.
you masturbate, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
and
No,
stuff. Like,
see,
that guy sucks.
And people say like you can't. Who are
He
you?
actually jerks, not sucks.
Yeah. Who are you to say that you're going to hell? You don't have that right. Only God knows. And even if people sin, everybody sins. We're not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you lie is a sin. If you're being gay is a sin. If you cheat, that's a sin. But there are sins that are worse than others. But God will forgive you.
Yeah.
And you just have to turn away and try to be better and repent.
Got it.
Could be double negative.
Is your
If you're gay and you
cathedral?
cheat.
Is your cathedral the Planet Fitness right now?
Yeah, bro.
Love it.
I come in here. I don't go to church, actually.
You go to the cathedral of Planet
Yeah.
Fitness.
Yep. It's all up in here.
I love it. I like that. I think people would be more open to any type of religion if you told me I didn't have to go and sit and watch an old person just bellyache for an hour
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
to at all.
about
Yeah.
a book that's 15 million years old.
Yeah.
I've always said I don't want to go watch a guy's career. I want it to be a guy who is doing it because he has this like very strong yearning towards his faith.
100%.
I don't want to watch a guy who's like, the fucking raises in the Catholic churches here, only
Yeah.
6% annually. It's like, well, all right,
Yeah.
you lost me a little bit.
If I'm going to watch some guy's career, he better be able to 360 dunk.
Yeah, that's
If-
what I'm saying. Sports is the only people you're watching the career.
I will say, you might want to look at a Baptist church.
Okay. all right.
I won't elaborate.
I like that. I like where your head's at.
But yes, if there was an extreme talent for most of the pastors, I would be a little more engaged. But I do
Yeah.
agree with you that just practicing your faith from your own kind of perspective seems like the better option
Yeah.
than,
Well, dude,
all
I
this
love
stuff.
that you came down, you sat down. I know we talked a little bit. I know the podcast is usually what we talk about with people, what they do for a living and stuff. But maybe there's like a fucking, I don't know, maybe we got a preacher or a former preacher that listens to us, that
Maybe.
loves us,
That'd
that
be
loves
cool.
our preaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of just giving a homily every single episode.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, we are.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we kind of start with, it's kind of funny. I was talking to my niece last weekend. Every homily.
Well,
Look, yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
dude.
better get back in there.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What do you
Thanks so
got
much,
today? What
man.
are you crushing?
Chest.
Little chest day?
Yeah.
Of course.
It's that day.
I hear
Men
you.
at work, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. You guys keep doing the Lord's work.
Yes, man. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you,
dude. We
brother.
Appreciate
God
it.
bless.
You want to come on? Okay.
Get over here, dude.
Might as well.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, isn't it? Hear yourself?
Yeah, I hear myself.
That's
nice.
me.
Nice, yeah.
I'm in there now, dude. Yeah.
Dude.
All right, we're in. What's up?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny. What do you
Yeah,
do
how
for
you
a
doing?
living?
I'm actually in the military. I'm in the Army.
I can see that.
yeah,
Those look like
so-
some military tats.
So, appreciate it.
Very nice. Dude.
Yeah,
Thank you for your
Those are-
service.
Oh,
Yeah, okay,
no,
thank you.
thank you for the support. Thank you for the support.
Dude, those are some sick tats.
Oh, I
Very
appreciate
nice.
it, man. So essentially, like, I just came down to South Jersey. Well, I work out of South Jersey. I came to Philly towards the end of November.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm fairly new here. So
Are
it's a pretty
military
good time.
guys allowed to work out at Planet Fitness?
Nah. Hey, like, contrary to popular belief,
Did I just be
hey,
gay?
no,
Did I just be
it's,
gay?
it's convenient. It's convenient to me because, like, as a man that moves around a lot, like, I'm
not
in different towns, and I'm
I
like,
hear you.
shit, I need a fucking gym to go to, and I'm not. There's so many gyms that charge like $40 for a fucking day. I'm like, yo, no. Am I allowed to curse, by the way?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, my
Brother,
bad.
I just asked the question. All
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah. So essentially, like, that's. I was like, nah. Let me just do Planet. I get like a universal membership,
Love it.
and like I'm good to go. So shout out to Planet for
And,
that.
and a lot
But-
of military guys probably go to Planet Fitness, right?
yeah, probably. Like
SEALs.
whether they like to say,
Team-
oh, you
Team
probably
Six?
won't see. You probably won't see
Oh,
those
okay.
those top tier guys. They have their own
SEALs.
facilities, so it's like, yeah, you're not gonna see that too often.
I mean,
Right.
I would imagine. Hopefully, they really shouldn't be charging. Just work in there and be like, I'm in the military, and be like, please come in for free,
Seriously.
dude.
Right. Oh, so I have a question for you guys. Like, how long has this podcast been up for?
You're on episode 16.
Oh shit. Okay, nice. You've
Yes,
been at
sir.
it.
So don't ruin
You
it
guys
for us.
usually like weekly release or daily
Wednesday.
release? Every Wednesday.
Except for this week because we
Okay.
forgot to record the audio.
Oh, nice.
Because we're not trained.
Yeah,
like,
I did the same probably, so I really can't talk shit about that. But
well, no, I
nice to
feel
do.
like if you went through basic training and survived basic training, you'd know when to be able to push a record button.
right, basic training is not really what it used to be anymore, guys. But I mean, that's just a reality
Why
of
not?
it. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just as the world changes, like obviously the demographics of people that join also change. Like obviously we're not as great as the people in World War II. That's obvious to tell.
Sure.
Different
We're
times, different needs. Yeah, I mean, because we have more resources for sure. But
Yeah.
let's say we had the same resources as them, we might be either at the same level or even lower. But who
So
knows?
if the guys at World War II had TikTok, do they win?
the memes would have gone crazy for sure. I think I would have been.
Storming the beach would have been
I was saying,
sick.
the next World War. Oh man, the meme fest is gonna be insane. I hope I'm still alive to see all that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
True. It is a good way of like TikTok to get information. You could like watch a training video and below have like a guy playing Minecraft, so you can be distracted while reading stuff at the same time.
Right.
The
right.
TikTok resource, not a bad idea.
I'll be honest with you. You would have drafted me at 18. We would have lost. We would have lost the war.
Yeah, I would not. I don't think I would help right now or anytime between 18 and right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
you would have stormed into Normandy and jump off a plane.
Oh, my God,
Shit,
dude.
man! Or even jump off somewhere else. You land in a tree, you get stuck there. It's like, okay, what do I do from here?
Dude,
No idea.
I'd be doggy paddling in the ocean.
Yes.
Like, please, for the love of God,
Yeah.
don't shoot me.
I'd be the only one asking for noodles when we come off the boat. Yeah.
So, do you guys just choose a random location to set up, or do you guys just
No,
like
we
the-
actually recorded every Planet Fitness. That's our goal. We want to record
every Planet Fitness in Philly?
Yeah,
I
we
was
just
about to
gotta-
say
we just gotta-
that's a pretty
no,
pretty
every
good
Planet
fleet.
Fitness in the world.
Okay.
No, I'm just
So
kidding.
even
No,
better.
we,
Why not?
We do. We just record wherever. We're
Just
like.
find like a general place like we've done like
Oddly enough, Planet Fitness has probably been the best in terms of like foot traffic and people like that want to come on.
yeah, truly.
Oddly
Yeah.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought like when I was driving by and I saw this, I'm like, oh, is this one of the guys that like likes to debate people about like politics stuff?
shit,
I'm like,
yeah, I know
oh, I
you're
actually
talking
want to
about.
listen to this because I mean I have really no real bias or attention.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna get nitty picky about it, but I like to hear the arguments on both sides. So it's like
100%.
it's just entertainment to me.
So when you came
But-
over, you thought we were going to ask you like abortion
no,
is
I didn't think you
gay,
guys-
prove me wrong.
I actually
or-
thought so. I actually thought one of you guys was like it was like one host, one guest already. I thought
Who do you
that's
think was
what
the
that
host? Who
set
do you
up.
think was the guest when you
I'm
walked
not
by?
gonna lie, I thought you were the guest for a second.
Yeah,
but,
guest energy,
like,
yeah.
it's just because like you're just I don't know.
You know, man, in a lot of ways, I feel that way too, dude.
It's no insult to that, but like that was just like the first 5 seconds I saw you guys and I had to come up this ramp, so I'm like, oh yeah, never mind.
So yeah, you mentioned that. What are certain things? No, no, that's totally fine. It doesn't bother me at all, dude.
Yep.
Good.
So
I can't think of the name, but basic training. What
Yeah.
are the big differences that you're seeing now versus, I guess, stories you hear from guys that have been there for a while?
I mean, it's basic training. Like in general, the military changes like every year. So, like my basic training is probably some baby shit compared to people 10 years ago or 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, like I said, different generations, different people.
Is it like the presidential fitness test where it's like, maybe back in the day we were running a mile and a half and now they're only running a mile and hitting a certain time? Like, are they doing less push-ups nowadays, less cardio?
I think that's across like any branch of the military, like lowering fitness standards. I mean, the Marines have been pretty good at keeping their standards diligently from what I've read. But other than that, I think other branches are kind of like, because as you know, like we're in a crisis of where we're not getting too many people in the military.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
didn't know
so
that.
not a lot of people want to serve. So or not a lot of people are qualified. So it's like either they're not fit enough, they're not healthy, just really nitpicking who we could pick. So I think that really affected a lot of the recruiting. But yeah, I mean, it's like a crisis across the entire DoD.
So is it a lack of? Do you think it's a lack of interest, or is it more so a lack of like we're seeing, high levels of chronic illnesses and stuff where they can't be accepted? Like, what do you think?
No,
it is?
we
it's
also
more
grew
so-
up with war like on our phones.
right.
So like,
True.
we
Yeah,
definitely like I saw like a lot of the you can just go watch Ukraine versus Russia right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
Which is
So
insane.
it's literally just interest too. Like people don't really want to serve nowadays. I mean, it's one of those things that we got into like the politics is just crazy. Like the shift, like people are more quote unquote woke. So it's like, you have one side is like, why would I serve this country when, we're letting, like, for example, genocide happen, blah, blah. I'm not saying that's occurring, but what is occurring over there is obviously very sad. And then you have the other side is like, well, my big thing of like, if not me, who? Like someone has to do it. Like someone has to serve. So, and I kind of just raised my right hand to take that oath. And I mean, it's been good to me. I mean,
Sure.
the army has given me everything I have in my life. So it's been doing me wonders. I appreciate it. So, I mean, for each their own. I didn't have any family legacy in the military, so I didn't have really any. I didn't have any influences to join. I kind of just went in my own will, and did it and stuck to it. So
What was your why?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't really think I had a why at the time. Like I really didn't have any motivation to even go to college after high school. I kind of just figured the military was like kind of interesting to me. I'm like, oh, why not? Like I was always part of like some type of sports team. I like the camaraderie, being with a group. So I was like, I think the military could do that. And then like I love being fit or active. So I knew the military was big on that. So I was like, I think I fit right in. Why not? I mean, it was a pretty secure plan for me. And I mean, I wish I could tell you why I had a why. I mean, when I was going through the ringer, biggest thing I was telling myself, just don't quit. Like, it's not like you don't.
That's
don't
why I
quit
think
it,
that's why
so-
I think you're wired differently than like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
I would quit. I quit like, I go to the gym like every day. I do like 10 push-ups, and I'm like,
quickest
fuck
way.
this.
The quickest way out of any boot camp in any military is literally just don't quit. Because the moment you quit, or you actually say like you don't want to do it anymore, and you don't do it, you're held there longer than what you should be.
Why so?
Yeah, because they're not going to just ship you home the day you quit or the week after. There was literally some people who quit in my basic training, and I didn't see them leave until I left. So imagine you quit like week 2. Now you're there for like 8 weeks just doing like bullshit tasks, like chores for like the drill sergeants or whatever they want you to do. So it's like,
So you
could
still
avoid
have
it.
to stay. If
Yeah,
you,
you still
if
have
you
to
bail.
stay. You still have to stay. That's what I'm saying. The best way to get through basic training nice and quick is just go through it, finish it.
I don't know.
Wow.
Tell me about what the menial tasks I gotta do for the drill sergeant.
Yeah, it could get stupid. Like you could mop the concrete while it's raining or something. Like it could get that stupid.
But how do you, I guess my question, it goes back, if you've quit, how can they enforce you to do that? If they're saying we're putting you up, you have to do
So
it
they're
kind
not.
of thing?
It's not like a gun to your head. Like you're not going anywhere. But it's like,
You don't really have a-
hey man, we're processing your paperwork to leave, but like. Obviously it has to go through so many chains. I was like, are we really processing the paperwork? I don't know.
Right.
I'm not on that side of the realm.
Sure.
That's above my pay grade, so I don't know what really happens. But all I've seen from my experience is like the people who quit were literally there a little longer, or if not the same amount of time as we were there. So it's like I can't imagine just like, and not only that, but it's like I don't know, like how do you deal with that feeling of just like,
was a real
wow, I
camp.
should have just stuck
I
with
gave
this.
up. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
gotta
I
be
should have just stuck with this because that's a lot of time to yourself to think, reflect. I'm pretty sure a lot of them regret it eventually. Like I should have just stayed in the game, but.
If you quit,
It is what it is.
can you try to re-enlist at another time, or is it on like a record?
That's a good question.
If time
I
goes
don't-
by for a little bit, maybe.
I don't think I've ever heard a story about someone who did that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a story of anyone who did that before.
What was the hardest thing about boot camp?
The hardest thing. There were some times where, especially towards like the last week, it's like the culmination of what everything you learn, and then you're out there in the field, whether it's like a forest, usually a forest type of environment. You're in the woods, and then like you're literally up for hours at a day, like at a night. So it's like really you're not supposed to fall asleep either. Like you're either pulling guard or security, what we like to call security, and you're literally there. Like I remember I was in a foxhole, which is basically a dug-in position in the ground, and I'm literally like maybe chest deep in it. And at the time, it was really cold. Like, it was freezing. So I think what helped me stay up was the fact that I was freezing. I was literally shivering. But at the same time, like, when I would pull security and I had my rifle, this is, like, very common, you would just, like, have that rifle nice and tucked and then, like, have your helmet touch the sights a little bit. So it looks like you're, like, aiming and kind of, like, just, like, observing. But you close those eyes, it's still, you're sleeping. You're dead asleep. And you can't really tell from a distance. It really looks like, oh, this man's pulling, like, security. But drill sergeants they know the game. They're not new to this. So, like, they'll fuck with you. Like, they'll, like, probably, like, kick your rifle. And then, like, you just stumble, like, oh, shit. And then they know, like, oh, no, you fell asleep. One time, I fell asleep. I was doing the old trick, and the drill sergeant literally just came up and just grabbed my rifle as he walked by, and I'm just there like, oh shit. I went back to go get my weapon, and they literally gave me like this big twig or this stick, and he was like, "That's your rifle from now on." And I'm like, with this big like little stick.
Like it was
I'm like, Roger, sergeant. And then so when we were in contact, we had to make believe like gun sounds. I'm like pew 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 with my stick. So it's like, oh wow, I'm doing some real good out here. My parents probably think I'm out here with like a M16, just like slaying dummy rounds or something, but. Little they know I was like slinging a twig for a day.
Yeah,
so
like you're back in the backyard as a kid.
Yeah.
I'll
crazy.
tell you what, man. I could never do that sleeping trick. I'm a big twitcher when I sleep. If I try to lean with my hand there, I'm shooting by accident multiple times, dude.
Yeah, luckily it's nothing. It's luckily like you don't have like live rounds or blanks loaded and stuff.
Okay.
But like yeah, it's just the whole concept of it. Because like man, if you're falling asleep at a time where you're not really put through the shit and nothing's really ringing off, then like how can they really trust you when it's the real shit? You need to stay up. But yeah, man.
No, dude, I really appreciate it. And thank you for your service.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
his work, guys.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Can I ask you something?
Please.
Does there sound like there's any animosity on this podcast?
With who?
Just feel like there's any animosity in the air?
Shouldn't be.
Just make sure.
Should be just two good pals.
Because I don't either.
And none of the pals has screwed up multiple hangout plans on a weekend. So I don't personally. I have
No,
idea.
I don't think there's any animosity. I think we're kind of riffing pretty well right now. But I mean, I would just say if there was any animosity, it would probably be from Sunday.
Well, Kyle, I'll tell you what. I have no idea what you're speaking on, but hopefully you figure it out.
So luckily enough, I like Matt. Lucky for him anyway that I like Matt. That I do like enjoying hanging out with Matt. So when Matt calls me about something or texts me about something, I want to, we want to go play basketball at Sunday at 4. Sure. Because a couple comics are playing. I agree because you know what? I like hanging out with you. I think we can build stories that help the pod and everything, and build a little chemistry, a little camaraderie and stuff. Sunday at 4 to play basketball is first of all a insane time to play basketball.
First and foremost, what else you doing?
Nothing. True. I'm not doing anything. So we get to the game.
Yes. And it's fun. There, by the way, you get to the game. Everybody's excited.
Great
You're
game.
excited. Yeah.
I was so ready to play. All of a sudden, a lightning bolt strike is like basically over our heads, and I'm the tallest guy on the court. Mm-hmm. So I immediately get off.
Okay.
I immediately scramble. Had nobody there to back me up. Just saying. So I go sit in an alcove and wait out the storm.
I will, if I get, like you said, I can interject throughout. Kyle says I'm the tallest person on this court. Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a 10-foot rim, 11-foot fence. There's a baseball diamond with a 13-foot fence. Kyle's like, I better hit the road, Jack. Who knows what could happen to me? You know what it is, dude? You're lightning stingy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. But I didn't get mad. Rain comes down, lightning comes down. You guys end up joining me in the alcove. I never even get a shot up. Yeah. And I didn't even get to play knockout. You guys played knockout without me.
You act like we told you to leave. You willingly walked away.
You played knockout without me, all right? I went to the car for 1 second to get something, and you played knockout without me.
Did you get an invite?
Yeah, I got an invite. I also got another invite, and that's why I wasn't mad at you, because I got another invite. I got an invite to a nice show.
Because we like hanging out.
A really, really cool 10 o'clock p.m. show on a Sunday. By the way, you comedians do the weirdest times.
Yes.
10 o'clock show. And who was going to be on the show?
There's a new up-and-coming comedian, Shanae Gillis or something like that.
Shane Gillis and Dan Soder, people. I was getting a ticket to a Shane Gillis and a Dan Soder show. It was kind of a private-y show a little bit. I think Joey DeRosa also came out, another Philadelphia comic. That wasn't even billed. And I was getting a private show where they were working on new material, and I was so fucking excited. I bragged to all my friends. I was like, dude, I'm the man. You suck. You've never seen Shane Gillis in a private show ever. Dude, a day after Trump gets shot too. Like, yes. I hit the lottery.
Sure.
We get to the show, mm-hmm. And apparently, the cool guy comedians and everything, you actually had tickets.
Yes.
A lot of comedians don't have tickets. This is a little behind baseball. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. Like, you guys literally usually go to shows with big guys and stuff, and you'll stand in the back of Helium. Helium's not big, but you can stand on the wall and no one bothers you. You can watch the comics.
Right.
So Matt has tickets. Most of the comics there don't have tickets and stuff. So the cool guy comics and everything, they all sit out in the bar area before the show, and they go, yeah, we'll let the host go on, do a couple. Okay, we'll let Joey DeRosa go on, do a couple and stuff. We came here for Gillis and we came here for Soder. It gets to be around like 7:40, and now, mind you, it's probably the biggest touring comics right now in the entire country that are on stage that are going. So we go on around 7:40. We go on around 7:40. We get down to the little podium, and the guy goes, "We are at capacity," and you're like, "Yeah, I have tickets." And he goes, "No, we are at capacity, like airplane stuff, where like airplanes sell out and they hope like someone doesn't show up and or on standby they can pay off it."
Sure.
And so what happens is old Kyle, who's just been so excited to see one of his idols, shit out of luck. Go drink with a bunch of asthmatic comics in the bar room.
Hey, by the way, guys, we should mention this. If you want to go see fucking damsel in distress Kyle over here, God forbid, dude, one of his pals says, hey, let's play a little ball. It doesn't work out.
It's not easy being me.
I say, hey, Kyle, why don't you bring your large, long body over to Shane Gillis and we'll hang 10 there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, explain it.
Okay, so what happened was, I will give Kyle a little bit of credit. We did get to the show, and a lot of times, like he was saying, you can go hang out in the back of the club. Helium is the best club on planet Earth. Truly, it is the best club. That's not just me saying that because I want to keep getting spots there, but it is the best club on Earth.
It is. It's run very well.
And a lot of times, they're nice to us comics to let you kind of go like stand in the back of the room, but it was past capacity because
two of the biggest comics right now
Yes.
but this never went. You comics, man,
Yeah.
are the most hilarious people in the world. Like I said, I thought the pickup game was going to be indoors. Turns out it's outdoors when there's a storm and it's 97 degrees out.
Sure, yeah.
I think I'm going to go see Dan Soder and Shane Gillis. Turns out we have to wait an hour, get a couple drinks in us before we go out there because,
This guy, dude, I'm telling you what, Kyle's living a double life. Because when I saw him that night, he said he was a little upset about not being able to get in. And then I said, Kyle, why don't we get a darn Miller Lite and a shot of Jameson? He goes, all right. And boy, oh boy, like Mariah Carey, the tune changed, folks.
Yeah, what a trade-off. I got to get drunk with Matt Peoples instead of watching Shane Gillis and Dan Soder do brand new material.
I will say, I did feel, I really thought we'd be able to get in there. Because like I said, a lot of times you can walk in. And I overheard another fellow Philly comedian, Naeem Ali, who's, opens for Shane Gillis. Naeem, one of the funniest guys. I heard him say, yeah, they're not letting anybody in. And Kyle hadn't heard it yet. And I heard it. And I went into full panic mode.
So you knew once Naeem was allowed to get in, it was like shit out of luck?
Once I heard that, I started to really worry that you were going to kick me in the chicken McNuggets because I was like, we're not. There's no way we're getting in there.
I'll be honest with you. Seeing the shame on your face and knowing that you fucked up did make it a little bit easier to swallow.
Sure. Yeah.
So I wasn't actually as angry as you'd think. And we did get to sit in the hallway a little bit before the show. Like we went in and out, heard every fourth word, but you got the gist of it.
Not bad. Yeah, you can put it together.
Shane's got some good stuff coming up, I think. Depending on how every fourth word I heard was great.
Look, as men, we understood every fourth word that Shane said, just like my girlfriend goes and gets her nails done, and she understands every fourth word there. And that these are the give and take of being men and women. But, it was a good night all the same. We stayed out a little bit too late on a school night. I will say that.
And we also might have been able to write off all our alcohol purchases because I think we did actually negotiate a business deal with a bar to actually do the podcast from there. So
more to come.
Hopefully that works.
Yeah, more to come. Good time.
You owe me though.
I owe you. We'll see.
You owe me.
I think we owe each other. I think we owe our audience.
How are you? We do a podcast where we ask people what they do for a living. We love to talk to sweaty messes.
2 minutes, dude. 3 minutes. Whenever you want to leave, you can get up and walk away.
Yep. Don't have to tell us.
Just talk about your job or what you do or where you went to school for, whatever.
Don't need any names of the job. Don't need any last name for you. All right.
Cool,
there we
man.
go. What's your first name?
I'm Zach.
Zach, nice to meet you. And what do you do for a living?
I work for a coffee company. I do like sales administration and everything. So
sweet.
Yeah.
How's that?
It's not bad. Yeah, I moved into that role about like a year ago. I was working on the production side of thing for like a few years. So
Okay. So what do you administrate, like sales wise?
I just help like our like wholesale clients with like issues and stuff with their orders, and then help just like regular customers too with anything that like comes up because we're like scaling up and stuff. So we just like, get more and more customers.
Congratulations, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you.
What's up with the bean, dude?
What's that?
What's up with the bean?
The
price of the bean.
The bean.
Buddy, talk to me about the price of the bean.
It's all
dude.
dependent.
It has been no fluctuation since COVID. It is only going up.
It's
No wonder your sales are going up.
That's everything's going up, man. Everything.
I don't know, man. The bean and alcohol have been my two bums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that I eat at all. So I've certainly noticed that those two have been
Eggs,
expensive.
who fucking cares?
Yeah, not at all.
No, yeah.
What's up with the bean though?
I mean, it's kind of all dependent on like where it comes from. So like we're getting from like Africa, we're getting from like South America. Like you look at like Southeast Asia and stuff too. Like all that's kind of like why it's gone up is just because like those countries aren't doing well. They got like civil wars going on, all this other stuff going on. So like when that's going on, it's kind of like messes up everything. So
I imagine that's a tough ask when there's like a coup going on in your country and you're like, but Americans need coffee in the morning.
Exactly.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So I wonder this now. So when I go to Starbucks and they say they don't have cold brew, just iced coffee, is that your fault? Should I be mad at you? Well, is that part of the production thing?
I mean, that's like cold brew takes time to produce. So that's like you kind of have to like roast it, and then you have to grind it, and then you have to set it. So it like sits in because like cold brew will take like if I make a batch myself at home, that's gonna be like an overnight thing. Mm-hmm. So it just takes longer to like for it to get the quality you want and stuff. But
I wasn't even aware of this.
So if I have a shop that's selling me cold brew and upping the price over a nice coffee, are they jipping me essentially?
It depends, you know. Like sometimes it's kind of also dependent on like competitors. Like we'll raise our prices if our competitors are raising prices. So it's kind of like that. It is kind of dependent on like places like Dunkin' or like Starbucks that like just buy up like all the stuff. So it's mostly dependent on those bigger companies, and then all of like I work for a smaller company, so yeah, we're trying to constantly just like make money off what we can, but it's tough. So it's yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on the? And I don't know, you know, obviously you're more in the wholesale industry and stuff, the warehouse game. A lot of unionizing in the coffee industry in Philadelphia definitely has seen like a lot of coffee shops close. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for workers' rights. You know, I think baristas definitely should be treated like fairly. I think just customer service jobs in general should be treated fairly. So I have no problem with it. But I think that's like, because I've seen like unionizing at like Trader Joe's, like some of those other types of places. And I think it's common. I'm seeing a trend just in terms of customer service specifically, because there hasn't been much labor organization in that industry. But
sure,
I definitely get the Trader Joe's angle, and if you want to unionize at Whole Foods, I'm all for it. I mean, those are billion-dollar companies that should be able to like pay you livable wages, and I do think that like if you do work at a local coffee shop, you should make a livable wage. I think everyone deserves the right to make a livable wage.
Right. Yeah.
I just think sometimes you have to be like, you know, when we were growing up, kind of coffee baristas were all like high school kids, and everything. Like it was like a summer job and everything. And now I feel like people in like older people in 20s and out of college, or you know, people with art degrees and stuff that like they're working there and they're like expecting to get a livable wage. And this coffee shop has like one local shop or maybe two local shops, and it's like you can't ask any coffee shop in my mind to pay you a livable wage, pay you health care, pay you other benefits and stuff. So like that's what, and I've seen a couple of coffee shops in Philadelphia unfortunately have to close, some beloved coffee shops.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. We've definitely felt the brunt of that. I mean, we offer.
Oh, it actually affects you too.
Yeah. I mean, we've figured out a way, like our owners have figured out a way to like offer health insurance benefits for all our baristas and stuff. So like we're actually, I think, like in a decent spot with that. We're figuring that stuff out, I think. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just cost. I don't know. It's just like a lot. It's a lot to run a business. So,
sure.
Yeah.
So as somebody involved in like, you obviously know a lot about coffee.
Yeah.
What are two drinks that you'll judge and say this guy or girl has no idea what they're ordering? This is just a fad thing. And then what are two drinks that you're like, all right, they know what's going on here?
He's really like, I'm scared of this, so make sure he's asking for himself.
I'll be honest. I'm like, I came into like the coffee industry just working at the warehouse, so I don't even have barista experience or anything like that.
What's your order?
What's that?
What's your order?
I go with just like iced coffee. I just go with the basics, like iced coffee. I'll go with an espresso, because that usually gives me like the baseline of like how, like, one, if they can like pull a shot like correctly, you know, like that.
Oh, so there's a whole technique to it.
Oh, so you do judge a little bit. You keep an eye on them.
But I'm like at the base level, you know, like all the stuff with like when you're adding milk, sugar, like I don't know, like syrups and all that type of stuff. That's just kind of dependent on like the different people's like recipes and whatnot.
Sure.
But I've like figured out like a way over the years, thanks to like a lot of my coworkers and stuff, to like how to like judge like if this tastes off, if this is just like too much water, if it's not like fine enough grind, like that type of stuff. So but that's all kind of like in practice, you know, like you have to kind of keep up with that sort of thing. But
I started on the bean. I'm going to finish on the bean.
Yeah.
When's the price of the bean going back, you know, to like...
No, that's real quick. You said you're going to finish on the bean?
Yeah.
Finish on the bean.
And I'm going to...
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one, man. It kind of depends on how the world goes. Honestly, I think coffee is really like touched to how like the state of the world is and how all connected we all are. Yeah,
sick.
So because it's like we're dependent on the coffee farms in like Colombia or like Brazil and all that stuff. So if like they're not doing well, then we're probably not going to do well.
What's the big bean around here? What do you guys see mostly from? What country?
Brazil. Brazil is definitely like one of the biggest like coffee importers.
All right, I'll be down there in early September. I'll make sure I talk to my people.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, man. Well, good luck with everything. I appreciate you jumping on.
Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Hey, man. How are you? We do a podcast where we ask people what they do for a living. We just need 3 minutes. We need one more guest.
Good man.
My man. You got a little blue collar ass job too. I love that.
What's up, man?
Take it easy.
I'm sweaty.
Dude,
shit.
No
3
problem,
people
bro.
sat on there are sweaty. Just take the mic for me.
Yeah, bro. Just this right over here. Get comfy. Get cozy.
What's your first name?
Armani.
Armani? Oh shit, like the clothing company.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you do for a living?
I'm an auto body technician. I work on cars, crash cars.
I don't think we've ever had an auto body technician on ever.
I don't think so. Somehow, no, we haven't.
Damn. How's that?
It's chilling.
You good?
Yeah, no, it's good money. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You good at it?
Yeah.
Sweet. How long you been doing it?
I just probably, I'm about to say, what, 19 months? 18 months, going on 18 months.
How'd you get good at it?
Practice. I had a good trainer that taught me, good mentor that showed me the ropes around everything.
Okay, now let me ask you this: when I get my oil changed, is my air filter really that dirty?
So, but auto body technician, we don't really do mechanical stuff. We do more so like, say this car right here, that's right next to us.
This thing's beat the shit.
So we'll, like how the repair is right now, we'll take off that door skin and replace it. It's just, we do work like that more so, cosmetic and the way the car actually
I think
looks.
we actually took. Are you right there?
No, I'm no, we right here, actually right here. The Caliber Collision.
No, I didn't take my shit to yours. I took my shit to the detailer right over here, and they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
We believe that people are becoming worse drivers.
Oh fuck yeah!
So it's probably great. It's probably great for you, right? You curse in this pod. Yeah, you curse in this pod. Yeah.
Bro. People are terrible drivers, especially in Philadelphia. Terrible drivers.
So it's great for Caliber Collision.
Yes. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Do you see lately an uptick in cars? Are you guys like packing?
So during the summer, we usually is our peak season where people most likely get into a lot of accidents. It's around the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
People start driving crazy, start driving stupid, not paying attention. So that's better for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most common fix you guys got to make?
T-bones, maybe door skins. Mostly is T-bones and front end hits. I would say.
Yeah.
And like side swipes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's also break-ins. We have been getting a lot of break-ins.
Oh, really?
So,
Are break-ins down or break-ins up? You think? I feel like during the pandemic, break-ins were high.
They were high.
Nuts, yeah.
To me, I'll say they're down. We haven't really begun a lot of break-ins, but we do get them here and there. So
Yeah.
I'll say a lot of break-ins too. So
How are the labor parts? I know they were like on back order for a while. Is that kind of picked back up or?
it's depending on like the make and model of the car and stuff like that. Some parts still be back ordered, but
Like what?
For majority of it, no, not really, not necessarily. The only thing I've had issue with was like trying to get a new quarter panel for one of the cars I was working on. But besides that, we really haven't had a major issue with back ordered parts.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you probably have cars towed to the shop for the most part. If it's it.
Yeah.
Do you ever have the car get towed there and the person comes and they tell you what happened, and then later in that day or the next day a cop shows up and they say, "Hey, we're investigating something that has to do." Has anything like that happened before?
That necessarily no,
Yeah.
but something similar happened. We had a car come in with bullet holes on the side of it.
Damn.
On the right side, and the cop said that if we find any bullets to put it in the bag and they'll come later and come grab it. But besides that, no, not really. Only
Wow.
had that one incident.
How many bullet holes?
It was, I think, about 2 or 3 on the side. Think, if I'm not mistaken, it was the front right door,
Yeah.
the passenger door, and on the fender too.
Any blood?
Nah,
Wow.
no blood, no blood.
Shout out to that
I was
car.
surprised. I was surprised. I'm
Yeah.
like, no blood.
What
Nah.
armored
Did the,
vehicle were you working on?
Yeah.
It was. No, it wasn't an armored. It was a Lexus.
It was a Lexus.
Lexus,
A
yeah.
Lexus.
Damn, okay.
yeah.
Shout out to Lexus.
Lexus. I was pretty surprised that the inner components didn't get damaged. I'm like, okay.
It's kind of funny to think the guy brought it in. He's like, "Yeah, I got T-boned." It's like, wow, I think T-bone was coming after you.
Yeah, bro, shit.
Holy shit. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, fuck. I had a good question. I just lost it.
So,
Yeah, the bullet.
y'all, what are y'all doing out here? What is this podcast about?
Yeah, we like to go to random spots. Like we've gone to farmers markets and we've gone to casinos and stuff. So we just post up at like places where different types of people come in and out. So we figured a gym kind of works because there's all sorts of folks that come in and out of here.
Yeah.
So and we just ask people what they do for a living and then we just kind of shoot the shit.
I feel it.
Yeah, man.
That's nice.
What's your favorite collision?
Favorite collision. I say a minor one would be like a bumper job. It's quick, easy. A lot of Subarus, easiest bumpers to work on. They're literally quick to take off and on.
God. Oh, is that the easiest car typically? Subarus?
Subarus, yeah.
Wow.
Subarus.
This is my question. So my car has been not totaled before, but it has gotten, I'm pretty sure like a drunk person hit a car. I was parallel parked. They hit into my car and stuff. So my car is pretty fucked up. Do you guys work with the tow truck drivers that sit outside and wait until you come to your car so that they know where to take the car so that
No.
sure?
No, we don't really know. We don't work with them.
I'm telling you, this this dude, it happened overnight. I come out at around 7 in the morning. They roughly said around 2 to 3 in the morning, the accident happened. So this tow truck driver waited 4 hours for me because that's how they make their bones and stuff, to get to my car and be like, hey, you can't drive that. I have to tow that.
Yeah, that's a scam. I don't understand.
Well, yeah,
A lot of these tow truck drivers be scammers. I don't understand that.
So I always thought that like they worked with like the
That's
collision
more
companies.
so
around
like
there.
the mom and pop shops will do that. Well, my company, we're actually a big brand company that's nationwide. So we won't do stuff like that.
Don't say as much. Okay.
Yeah, that's more so like the mom and pop shops that like got deals with like the tow truck drivers and stuff.
He did take me to South Philly, so that does make sense.
They make commission on whatever car they take to a shop. They'll make a commission on that car off the insurance or through the shop actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of found they were in cahoots with the PPA. The PPA and I think tow truck companies are really kind of in bed with each other. So.
Yeah, do you ever work on PPA or government cars?
Nah.
Good.
Nah,
I like that. Stand your ground.
Please don't, dude. Please don't. Do it for
They
us.
suck.
Yeah.
They suck. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate you sitting
Yeah, man,
down.
this is great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Appreciate you, brother.
Good luck with everything, man. Thank you.
We really appreciate everybody. Thanks for staying with us because I don't think half of you know when we actually do release the podcast, which I do actually love that. But I know some of you do reach out and say, where the fuck is the podcast? Which is fair. So we're sorry that we got this out a little bit late.
Yeah.
But we love you. And this will never happen again. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/menatworkatpod. But shout out to the blue collar.
Baby.
And shout out to the middle class. And the white collar.
I'll add to what Kyle said. For sure, this will happen again at some point, dude. We'll miss an episode sometime, but not anytime soon, dude. You could take that to the bank.
Yeah. Blame Vito. He's the audio guy.
True. When it really kind of all comes back to Vito, we have been begging to get an episode done, and Vito goes on due time. In due time, when I'm ready.
Yeah. When I'm ready to press the audio. say.
New haircut guy.
You deserve to say something. So say something.
I'll say one thing before I respond to that.
I was kidding.
We got a lot of people coming through today. I think because after the gym you feel real confident. You know, you get that rush, endorphins and all that. So I think we just that flowed real good today.
Thank you.
And
are you? What is this, like Jerry Springer
Mr.
after the show?
Post-game.
Yeah. And my rebuttal is their audio board is right here, and I'm back there.
But who's the big red who pushes who? So little behind the scenes was. He banished me from pushing so this happens before. We have not pushed the audio and we've had to record a bunch of stuff or cut out a bunch of stuff and everything. So one time we did it and immediately right there, Vito banned me from ever being allowed to push record ever again.
Initially, the initial record.
So
no, we had a Dollar Tree episode. They were giving us problems. We didn't move the table like 4 times. Something happened. It's okay. It happens. Shit happens, as they say. But we're back in action, and I think we had a really good episode today.
I think so. I think. Thank you for saying that, Vito. But I think Vito's in a good mood because he's done this before. This is usually a passion project where he'll stand in a gym parking lot and yell at women to come talk to him. And today he's finally getting paid for it. So that's life full circle, ladies and gents.
We'll talk to you guys. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.